Hello and welcome to the daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings. And on this Cricket Happenings show, we were all waiting for this interesting day, the final day of the second and final test match here at Gross Islet. One has to say that West Indies Gabriel went on to take 13 wickets for the match as he got 8 wickets. He captured both the remaining wickets against Sri Lanka. He dismissed off the tailenders very quickly, and the West Indians were set 296 runs for victory. But definitely Sri Lanka was the one who was really putting a lot of pressure on them on the final day, and 32.3 overs were lost, and definitely the rain came to the rescue of the West Indies as 32.3 overs were lost due to rain, and the match had to be called off as a draw. So definitely West Indies winning the test series 1-0 then, but definitely I thought the rain came to the rescue there for the West Indies, which I'll be talking about. And other than that, the South Africans named their ODI squad to tour Sri Lanka, and the changes happen to be that Tahir, the leg spinner, has been rested for the ODI series. And other than that, England take on Australia tomorrow, and for Australia it's a do or die match tomorrow because if at all they lose that particular match, the third one-day international at Trent Bridge in Nottingham, it's curtains for Australia in the ODI series, and England will go on to win the series. We'll come back to that later, but first let's go into the second test. Let's get into the fourth day of the second test match between Sri Lanka and West Indies, where definitely one knew that the Sri Lankan innings was going to come to an end. As I said, the new ball was 9 overs old, and the tailenders were in the center, Suranga Lakmal and Akila Dhananjaya, if I'm not wrong, and Shannon Gabriel did not waste any time. He wrapped it up pretty quickly as they were. I'll come back to that. So basically, it was a total wrap up by Shannon Gabriel. Went on to pick up 8 wickets for the innings, and also it is his best bowling figures in Test cricket, and also he went on to pick up a 13 wicket bag, which is the third highest wickets after the former great bowlers like Michael Holding, and if I'm not wrong, it is Courtney Walsh. But anyways, so let's have a look at it. So the Sri Lankans were only able to take the score on to 334 for 8. In fact, I'm just trying to see here. Sorry, dear friends, that I was not able to really get on. So we are talking about the Sri Lankan second innings, which was wound up very quickly by the West Indies, as I said, and Shannon Gabriel, as I already said, he took 13 wickets for the match. And as far as West Indies were concerned, they were given a target of 296 runs to win the match, and thanks to the rain, West Indies finished at 147 for 5, but Craig Brathwaite did a good job in staying at the wicket and guarding the wicket in the best possible manner, and that helped West Indies actually draw the match against Sri Lanka. So just talking about the morning, it was pretty quick work. Dhananjaya was clean bowled by Gabriel for 23 with 2 boundaries, and Lakmal was LBW bowled Gabriel for 7, and they were all out for 342, thus setting the West Indies 296 runs for victory. And look at Shannon Gabriel's bowling figures: 20.4 overs, 6 maidens, 62 runs and 8 wickets. His best bowling figures in Test cricket, and also 13 wickets in the match is something he's going to savor for quite a long time. West Indies were given a target of 296 runs to win the match. They started off with their openers Devon Smith, and Craig Brathwaite. And it did not take Sri Lanka long to get the breakthrough, as they break through pretty early with Kasun Rajita, the debutant, actually bowling a delivery to Devon Smith, where Smith actually was on his forward defense. He was a forward, and basically he was actually trying to reach to the ball, and in the process he got a thick edge onto the ball. Actually hit the thickest part of the bat and flew to second slip, and De Silva took the catch, and that was wicket number 1 for West Indies falling. The score read 6 for 1 when Devon Smith departed. The next to go was Kieron Powell, who came in at 1 drop. Now this one again was a soft dismissal. Kieron Powell was trying to flick Kasan Rajita. The ball was an incoming delivery onto the pads, but what he did is he actually closed the face of the bat, and there was a shortish square leg which was placed especially for that particular shot that he placed, Kieron Powell, and Mahela Udavate was the one who snapped up the catch, and Kieron Powell was dismissed, and so West Indies definitely were put into some trouble with the score on 8 for 2. Shai Hope walked in, and Shai Hope definitely was finding it a bit difficult because he was peppered with some short stuff by Suranga Lakmal and Lairu Kumara. Suranga Lakmal moved the ball very well. At the other end, Craig Brathwaite was reining himself in. He knew that what was more important was to preserve his wicket, and he did that. And Shai Hope came back and started giving company to Craig Brathwaite, and Craig Brathwaite definitely, as I said, he played second fiddle. He was very, very cautious, as he knew that he had put a price onto his wicket, and he decided to eke out the runs for the West Indies. Shai Hope was out for 39. Now this was very well done by Suranga Lakmal. Suranga Lakmal got some extra bounce from a good length spot, and the ball actually hit the back elbow of Shai Hope and went on to hit the stumps. And Shai Hope was a brave innings, one could say, after being hit. He was bowled by Lakmal for 39 with 4 fours and 1 6. And the next to go was Roston Chase. Now this was very well done by Suranga Lakmal. Very smart bowling. He kept taking the ball away from Roston Chase, and got one to really straighten, which actually nipped away and went on to hit the furniture of Chase. And Roston Chase was gone, bowled by Lakmal for 13 with 1 boundary. And now Shane Dowrich walked then, and the score actually was reading 64 for 4 when Shane Dowrich was out. Now Shane Dowrich was a victim of the bowling of Dhananjaya. This was actually a ball which was caught at first slip of the bowling of Dhananjaya. There was no turn, and Dowrich was probably looking out for the turn, which never was there, and he edged it to De Silva, and the score read 4 down for 64. And Shai Hope, as I said, retired. I mean, he had in between gone out, and he came back, and when his wicket went, the West Indians scored was a very shaky 117 for 5. I'm sure they only had Craig Brathwaite was doing his job in the middle perfectly, and as I said, he had put a price onto his wicket. He was not giving his wicket away, and he was really trying to carve an innings there, which was the right way to do. But barring Jason Holder, there was not much batting to come, and very luckily for the West Indies, Jason Holder was there along with Craig Brathwaite when the rains came, and it was curtains. 32 overs were still there, so West Indies probably could have prolonged the innings and seen whether Jason Holder and Brathwaite could take the score past 200, and then probably try to play some strokes, and because time was not a problem at all. 32.3 overs were lost, as I said, and the rain actually, I thought, really came to the rescue of the West Indies, and finally it was all over. Jason Holder, the match had to be called off as a draw because of rain. Jason Holder was not out on 15 with 2 boundaries, but I thought Brathwaite was the one, the sort of glue on which the West Indies innings revolved, as he remained not out on 59 with 6 boundaries. Now, talking about the ball, and so that ended the Test series, the 2 Test series between Sri Lanka and West Indies, and Sri Lanka's dream of beating West Indies remained a pipe dream, as they have never beaten West Indies in a Test series. And bowling, Lakmal was very good. 17 overs, 3 for 4, 3 for 2 for 48, 2 for 23 for Kasan Rajuta, who took the top wickets, the wicket at the top of the order. He gave the breakthrough, actually gave them a double breakthrough. Lairu Kumara, 10 overs, 2 minutes, 1 for 28. Dhananjaya, 1 for 33. And it's all. The Test series was over. Player of the match going to. I'm sorry, I do apologize. This was the second Test match. This is a 3 Test series, and it was the second Test match is gone. So definitely there is still a chance for Sri Lanka, one could say, at least to square the series, because now the verdict is 1-0 in 2 Test matches, with the 3rd Test match coming up in Shannon Gabriel. There was no doubt about that Shannon Gabriel was everyone's man of the match for his splendid bowling. Now, from here, let's have a look at some cricket news. As I said, South Africa would be touring Sri Lanka, and so basically the South African ODI squad has been named. Well, Imran Tahir, the leg spinner, one is told that he has been rested, so they are going to play an ODI series in the month of July, August. Du Plessis will lead the team. Other than that, Hashim Amla. So if you look at the team, A.B. de Villiers, Moni Markel have retired. Imran Tahir has been rested. Morris is injured. There's no Kaya Zondo, and the ones who are coming into the team will be Junior Dala, who bowled well against India, as you would remember, in a T20 match, and Riza Hendricks, Keshav Maharaj, and Vian Mulder is also back. So Vian Mulder also comes back into the team, and other than that, everyone selects themselves. Du Plessis, Amla, Quinton de Kock, Dumini, Klassen, Keshav Maharaj, as I already said. So that's the same compositions, but barring that, they have gone for Tabrai Shamsi as well. So they have gone for one left-arm wrist spinner, and they've also gone for the orthodox left-arm spinner, Keshav Maharaj. Other than that, dear fans, it has been so it should be a very good series. So Sri Lanka, South Africa will be touring Sri Lanka, and it should be an interesting one. Let's have a look at the schedule as far as Sri Lanka and South Africa are concerned. Just talking about what lies in store for them. The South Africa, it has been the South Africa A squad has also been chosen for the Triangular Series as well. So basically, I wanted to touch base on saying that South Africa have rested Imran Tahir from the ODI series against Sri Lanka. And as I said, tomorrow it's the 3rd one-day international coming up at Trent Bridge in Nottingham, and it's between Australia and England. England are 2-0 up in the ODI series, and the onus would be on Australia. As I said, it's a do-or-die encounter which is coming up for Australia tomorrow at Trent Bridge in Nottingham, and well, they have to definitely win the match to keep the series alive, lest England will be swallowing them tomorrow if at all they win the 3rd ODI, which is coming up at Trent Bridge in Nottingham. So that is so, and let's just doing a sort of a brief preview. So Australians are the ones who are under extreme pressure. There's no doubt about it. England have nothing to worry about. They can play with the refreshing freedom that they have done. But for Australia, definitely Australia have been doing well. We saw in the second match that even though the Englishmen put up the highest ever score against Australia in an ODI of 342, it was the Australians really giving them a run for their money by chasing that target and only losing by 38 runs. So that was, I thought, it was very brave of Australia to do such a thing. So let's have a look at the teams here between Australia and England. Chris Wokes has been ruled out of the series. Very unfortunate. He's a very good utility all-rounder, and he has been ruled out of the series with an injury. So that is not good news for England, I reckon. So England are looking very sharp. Barrister has been, striking the ball very well. Jason Roy is coming up on a century that he hit. Alex Hales, probably one is due from him. Joe Root and Morgan have been doing the chipping in job very well. Butler has already shown his abilities there. And, it should be a wonderful match. Moeen Ali, David Willey, Liam Plunkett, Adil Rashid and Mark Wood. So that's the composition. And I don't see any reason why England would not win the third ODI. But Australia definitely looking at the squad. Travis said DRC shot. Probably it's time for DRC shot to really show his wares in English climes. Sean Marsh is in some good form. The other day he made a magnificent century. Marcus Stoinis has also shown he's in some good nick as well. Finch, there is something due from Aaron Finch for sure. Aaron Finch failed at the crunch time. I'm sure if Aaron Finch had stayed in the second ODI, the matters would have been quite different, because the 38 runs margin would have been greatly reduced, and Aaron Finch would have probably taken them to victory. So Aaron Finch is definitely due for a big innings tomorrow. Tim Payne will captain the side. Ashton Agar has been doing his job well. Andrew Tye has been a bit costly. Jai Richardson has been impressive. Billy Stanley has been doing his job as well. And I'm told this is going to be a belter of a pitch. So basically one can expect a lot of runs. So probably another high scoring encounter is probably beckoning at Trent Bridge in Nottingham. And I'm sure Australia would be quite aware about that probably they would rather try to set a total to England and probably hope that their bowlers could actually nip up the wickets. So probably Australia can run up a big score and probably put the pressure on England. So as I said, it's a do or die encounter which is coming up for the Aussies, and they have to win if they have to keep the series alive. Otherwise, it's all over for Australia in this ODI series. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I think that's about it as far as dwelling on this Cricket Happening show is concerned. It's about time for me to bid you all a very good night. Thank you.